Hello folks, welcome back. I want to do a quick spotlight getting started with Tinker's Construct. Dakota Guy here. Remember, these videos are quick and short, so you can come back and watch them again if you need to for reference. First time out, we're just going to cover how to make your most basic tool. Second video, we're going to talk about the Smeltery and how to get started with that. So, Tinker's Construct, these four items right in front of me are your most basic work areas to get started with, and you can make all of them with straight wood quite easy and get started out of the gate. Later you can use more elaborate materials to make better tools, which is really the ultimate goal. Your basic tools are really not all that much different from the ones you could make without this mod. It's the later ones that you really want, doing things like mining with a 3x3 with one punch, things of that nature. So how do we get started? First thing we're going to do is take a look at our patterns over here. Now before I get started on that, Tinker's Construct has a thing called a crafting station. All it is you just take a crafting table, throw it back into your crafting work area, and you get the crafting station. So if I make a workbench, throw it right back in, pull it back out, I get my crafting station. Now, the advantage to that is anything you throw in here, when you walk away, it does not pop off. It stays in there for the next time you go. Very handy. So, taking a look at the first item we're going to make in Tinker's Construct, outside of our crafting table, is a stencil. Stencil is just going to be 2 sticks and 2 pieces of wood. With that stencil, then we can make all of our other items that we have. So we need to make 3 benches and a storage. The first one is a stencil table, and that's going to be your plank with the stencil over the top. Excuse me. Then we're going to make Then we're going to make the part builder. Trying to wait for the rain to stop. Part builder, that's the stencil over the block of wood. You'll notice raw, not the plank. I would make this. This is the pattern chest. It's just the stencil over a chest. It is optional, but I would make it. And then last is our tool station, which is the stencil over the crafting. And that makes the tool station. The next one is just an upgraded version of that last one. And right there in the middle is the tool station with 4 blocks of iron, so a lot of iron, and then seared. This is basically your upgrade into the second part of the mod, and that's why the materials are a little more extensive. So let's come over here and take a look what we can do with the 4 things we've just made. Alright, so first off we have to make our stencils. And let me go ahead and grab a few right here. I'll pull them down. And we come over here to our stencil table, and we simply plop our stencils on the left side here. And then the stencil will show up here. Now to be able to see the ones, I'm going to go ahead and turn off NEI. That's O on the keyboard to turn it on and off, unless you've mapped that separately. Excuse me. So that will make our different stencils. What? You ask, Dakota Guy, how do I know what stencils to make? The 4th table, or the 3rd table, I don't know why I keep calling it 4th, that's not really a table. The 3rd one here, the tool station, will let you know what stencils you're going to want. You can make all the stencils at once if you want and throw them in there, or you can make them piecemeal as you go along. So if we take a look, we go, okay, I want a pick. We click on it. It shows the picture of the 3 items, and on the right hand side it shows what we need: the pickaxe head, the tool binding, and the handle. So let's come back to our stencils. This is our tool rod. That's the first one we would need. Okay, then we need our pickaxe head. We need that. And then we do not need the shovel, but we need something called a binding. It's the one that looks like the X. That one right there. So yes, you have to sort through the ones, but once you make all the stencils, you just dump them in your stencil chest, and you're good to go. And with this right here in the middle between these two, these items will access my pattern chest so that I don't have to keep them in my inventory. Very, very nice. So I needed the 3 parts. I needed the handle, I needed the head, and I needed the binding to put the 2 together for my pickaxe. We could make these out of wood right out of the gate, but again, I'm going to assume we're probably going to start at least with cobblestone. So I put a piece of cobblestone there, and you'll notice I'll get my part, but I also get an extra, and that's because if you mouse over the stencil, it only uses a material cost of 0.5, so half of whatever I put in there. So let me pull out my rod, pull out the remainder, the stuff I have there. Let me grab the next item that I need, which is the binding. If I put that right there, you'll notice that's also a material cost of 0.5. So I'll just use this remnant. I could use another piece of cobblestone, but you know, why carry these around if I don't have to? And then also I need the pickaxe head. So I'll put the cobblestone there, and there's my pickaxe head. You'll notice that was a material cost of 1. And I point this out because later some of the tools that you will want to make will use material cost of like 8 or something like that. Now that I have the parts, I come over here and I simply pick the I threw down my head, sorry about that. I pick the item that I want to make, whichever one it is, a weapon, bow, arrows, in this case pickaxe. I put the parts in the appropriate boxes, and here's the tool, and I can call it whatever I want. So in this case I'll call it a whoop pick just to show you how to name things. And even if the most basic tool has an enchantment on it, in this case stonebound, that makes it work faster as it starts to wear out. Again, the most basic tools, it's not really what this mod is about. It's the advanced tools that are the most fun. This will get you going. You can get this right out of the gate, out of starting up the game almost immediately. Get your first pickaxe even with this, and off and running. The game does start you off with this first book called Materials and You, and that's how to get started. Covers everything I've basically covered. And you can flip through. I use this still quite a bit for referencing the patterns. If you do happen to lose the book, you can also make the book itself, which is right here. The 2 stencils, the paper, and the string, and there's the book. You can make it, and it's in the book, and going from there. Last thing I wanted to cover before we leave, that's the most basic, is we were going to cover the last step, which gets you into step 2 of the mod, and that is making the ultimate work tool station there. So we need seared brick up here on the top. How do we make that? Well, we have to make grout, which is gravel, sand, and clay. So if we put those in our crafting station, we get 2 grout. We throw that into any of our furnaces, and that will make the bricks themselves, the seared bricks. 4 bricks will make a seared brick. So not too bad there. Yay, gravel has a use besides sidewalks now. If we take those items and we take, again, 3 seared on the top, the 4 iron, the iron blocks, remember that's 9 iron, quite extensive. And then again, right in the middle, we have our tool station. This will give us our tool forge. This is the upgraded version, and if we pull that down at that point, we now have it. And if we place it down, you take a look. This gives us a couple new things. It gives us the hammer, the lumber axe, the excavator, the scythe, and then a couple weapons, the battle axe and the cleaver. The hammer is the one that will, natural abilities on the right hand side of the screen there, will mine out a 3x3 area, and you can also use it as a weapon. The excavator also, that digs your dirt, sand, and soil, also in a 3x3. Very, very nice. And we will cover those in the next video when we cover how to make a smeltery. We need the smeltery because this, making the parts right here, you cannot make the parts out of metal right out of the gate. So your first iron pick, you're going to need to make a smeltery. We will cover that in the next video. Thanks for watching. Again, reference whenever you need to, and have fun playing Minecraft. See you later, guys.